After Wales' 41-point win in Rome, and with England still to play later on, Ireland travelled to Edinburgh knowing that a win was essential, and by at least 21 points, to pass Wales and put extra pressure on the English. Joe Schmidt's side showed two changes. Luke Fitzgerald replaced Simon Zebo for his first championship start in 4 years. Cian Healy returned to the front row in place of Jack McGrath. Scotland were looking to avoid the wooden spoon and also made two changes, with Adam Ashe and Ryan Grant making his first championship start, replacing Rob Harley and Alistair Dickinson. Scotland seeking a third straight home win over the Irish, but it didn't take long for Ireland to stamp their authority on the game. They were straight into the attack, and Scotland were doing well to hold them out. Several men in green made attempts at the line as they went through a number of phases before the colossal figure of Paul O'Connell took control, picked the ball and spotted the gap before diving over for the opening score of the match. The TMO was called upon to adjudicate, but it was clearly a good score. With a 21-point victory required to pass the Welsh target, this was a perfect start for the visitors. Cometh the hour, cometh O'Connell. Sexton slotted the conversion over, and Ireland were 7-0 up and off to a flying start.
It's fine.
After 9.5 minutes, that lead was extended to 10 points. Sexton with a straightforward kick from the 22 to leave Ireland 10 points to 0 ahead. On 17 minutes, the home side finally got a foothold in the game. Ireland were penalised by referee Jerome Garces for not rolling away. Throughout this championship, Greg Laidlaw's kicking has been superb, and this penalty made it 14 successful kicks from 15 to make it Scotland 3, Ireland 10. The Scottish fight back was temporary, and Ireland reasserted their control on 24 minutes with a well-rehearsed move from the line-out. Big Devon Toner fed Sean O'Brien, who stormed over for a second Irish try, with Scotland offering little resistance. A training ground routine executed to perfection. A wonderful score from the Leinster man. And when Sexton converted, Ireland had a healthy 17 points to 3 lead. At that stage, everything was looking healthy for Ireland, but when Rob Kearney failed to deal with Tommy Seymour's grubber kick ahead, Ireland found themselves on the back foot. Hogg passed to Seymour, who charged for the line. When he was held up, the respite for Ireland was only temporary. Scotland retained control, and with Laidlaw orchestrating matters, it went to Ashe, who passed wide to his Glasgow Warriors teammate Finn Russell, and the number 10 got over for his first ever try for his country. It was a big setback for Ireland, who had been in control to this point, but a big moment for Russell. The Scots joined, no doubt, by all Welsh and English fans in cheering that score with 10 minutes remaining in the half. And even though Laidlaw scuffed the conversion, it just went over, and the Scots were back in it, 10-17 behind. Almost immediately, Ireland struck back. The Scottish scrum was penalised by the referee. Ireland were awarded a penalty, and Sexton made it 4 successful kicks out of 4 on the day to put the visitors 20 points to 10 ahead. Just before the break, the Scots had Irish hearts in mouths again when, on the attack, Hogg got over for a try, but it was instantly disallowed. Matt Scott had clearly knocked it on in the lead-up, and it was relief all round for the Irish. So at the break, Ireland were 20-10 ahead, needing more of the same in the second 40 minutes. 5 minutes after the restart, the Irish attack was pummelling the Scots' defence once more, with Vern Cotter's men just about holding out. But when Jim Hamilton was penalised for not rolling away, Sexton took the opportunity to kick at goal, and he was never going to miss from in front of the posts, extending Ireland's lead to 23-10. On 49 minutes, Ireland got over for a crucial score. The Irish going through the phases with Conor Murray pulling the strings. Sexton fed Jared Payne, who'd picked a great line to crash over the whitewash under the posts for a vitally important score. A try that Ireland's pressure deserved, and when Sexton chipped the conversion over, it was 30 points to 10. Ireland on level terms with Wales, although still needing a further score as the Welsh had scored more tries than the Irish. Sexton had 2 more chances with the boot, and both times, unusually for him, failed. The first, rebounding off the upright. The next, with Scotland sub Jeff Cross having been sin-binned, was wide of the mark, and it remained 30-10. However, shortly after that, when Blair Cowan tackled Luke Fitzgerald, he was penalised for not releasing. And with huge pressure on his shoulders, Sexton kicked another penalty to stretch the lead to 33-10. Now Ireland had passed the 21-point lead that moved them beyond Wales' points total. If Sean O'Brien's first try of the afternoon had been important, his second was crucial. 8 minutes from time, after a number of phases, with Ireland threatening the Scottish line, the Tullow Tank lived up to his nickname, evading Fife's tackle and taking Dickinson with him as he barged over the line for a massive try. This was a huge moment for O'Brien and Ireland. Sub Ian Madigan converted, and Ireland had a 30-point lead, 40 points to 10. But it wasn't plain sailing for the boys in green. 5 minutes from time, the Scots launched a threatening attack, and as Russell flipped the ball wide to Hogg, he looked certain to score. But as he was set for the touchdown, Jamie Heaslip managed to make a tackle and dispossess the British and Irish line. An absolutely crucial intervention by Heaslip. When the TMO reviewed the action, it was clear that Hogg hadn't got it down, and that tackle ultimately was perhaps the difference between Ireland winning and just missing out on the title. No try was the TMO's verdict. Disappointment for Hogg. Job done and relief for Heaslip. There would be no further scoring in the match, and as the full-time whistle blew, Ireland had a 30-point win, enough to pass Wales out and leaving England needing a 26-point win at home to France to take the title. Final score at BT Murrayfield: Scotland 10, Ireland 40. The Irish then had to wait to see if they had done enough. For Scotland, a 4th wooden spoon in the Six Nations era. And after a tense few hours watching and waiting for the result from Twickenham, when the full-time whistle blew there, the Irish could at last celebrate. England went close against France but couldn't quite reach the 26-point winning margin. It was party time at BT Murrayfield. Ireland with back-to-back outright championship wins for the first time since 1949. Joe Schmidt's men, the last team to lift the old RBS Six Nations trophy and the first to lift the new one. Paul O'Connell with the honour of raising the trophy in front of a large Irish crowd who had stayed on in Edinburgh. Ireland, RBS Six Nations champions 2015.